When a massive winter storm hits a suburban neighborhood, most people stock up on groceries and wait it out. But that exact same weather event gave one individual the chance to turn basic household tools into $900 in cash, all within 72 hours. This case study comes directly from Reddit user Chinky Brown and the R Side Hustle community, who documented the entire process. Before we break down the exact steps, visit HustleGrower.com and subscribe for more weekly side hustle reprints. For an entrepreneur, a snowed-in neighborhood isn't just an inconvenience, it's a temporary, highly lucrative local market. Our protagonist started with severe constraints, no heavy machinery, relying entirely on a small four-door sedan and a single snow shovel. Lacking a snowplow meant they were physically unable to take on large-scale clearing jobs right away. Without the ability to move more snow than a professional plow, their success depended on how effectively they could find and message the right customers. Day one began before the snow even stopped, starting with a trip to the local library to build the digital foundation for the service. They used ChatGPT to turn a basic idea into a polished description, replacing amateur copy. They distributed this professional flyer to community Facebook pages, hunting down posts from neighbors needing help and dropping it directly into the comments. They set their pricing at a flat $40 an hour, positioning themselves as a premium service rather than a casual neighborhood helper. By combining AI tools with hyper-targeted digital outreach, they reached customers without spending $1 on a traditional advertising budget. The morning after the ads went up, the calls began coming in immediately. However, they hit an early operational limit, having to turn down large-scale projects because one shovel couldn't handle the volume of the biggest lots. The manual labor was grueling. They spent the first few hours clearing 2 residential driveways for a combined payout of $170. Then the phone rang with a different kind of request, an apartment complex owner needing several lots cleared immediately. This chart shows the revenue from that 4-hour job. By billing for their time and adding a margin on materials like salt, they brought the total for that single afternoon to $200. This highlighted the difference between residential labor and commercial contracting. One pays for the task, the other pays for the scale and the supplies. On day 3, the strategy shifted. They stopped waiting for residential calls and began cold calling other apartment complexes in the area. This diagram shows the scale of that shift. One of those calls landed a client who managed 4 different locations across the city. That single conversation secured 13 hours of continuous, guaranteed work for the rest of the storm. By the end of the day, their total revenue for the 72-hour window crossed the $900 mark. Securing multi-property clients multiplies the return on every call, proving much more efficient than chasing single residential customers. Once the snow melted, the income didn't disappear. Both apartment owners officially requested to have the protagonist back for every future storm. The manager of the 4-property company even hired them for weekly lawn care in the spring, turning a 3-day hustle into a year-round contract. The process followed a repeatable framework: identify a high-urgency pain point, use AI to professionalize the marketing, and pivot toward commercial clients. Solving an immediate, messy problem is a direct route to earning commercial trust and moving past the usual vendor hurdles. To scale the business further, the Reddit community suggested ways to move away from the physical labor itself. This visual illustrates a labor arbitrage model, paying a worker $15 an hour to handle the shoveling, while the owner keeps the $25 difference for managing the contracts. Another option is reinvesting that initial $900 into equipment, like a snowblower, to increase the speed and volume of work one person can complete. For more blueprints like this, head over to HustleGrower.com and let us know in the comments, what local problem can you solve in your neighborhood this weekend? A profitable business doesn't always need a massive investment. Often, it just requires the willingness to show up when everyone else is staying indoors.